Hello there, young Minecraft fans. This here is Uncle Troy. Today we are checking out our double spawner. We have two spawners here in two dungeons that are conjoined, I think is the official word. Nice little lava pool back here we may have to check out later. But anyway, we discovered this when we were playing around on our multiplayer server. We found some stuff. Stuff found in double dungeon chests. And we found, a few saddles, some cocoa beans, some metal, just standard stuff you find in dungeons. Of course, we had 4 chests to choose from. Of course, we got that green music disc. Those aren't very common. Now, since food is much more important than in earlier versions of the game, we decided we definitely needed a trap on the skeleton spawner, which I believe is the one to the left here. But we also found use for string in fishing rods and bow and arrow and things like that. So, and also, since sheep don't regrow wool yet, we need to have string to make wool out of. 4 strings make a block of wool. So we decided we needed to make 2 traps, and I thought, well, rather than make 2 traps, let's make one big trap that what's the word I'm looking for? Efficiently kills both skeletons and spiders. And this is how we ended up doing it. And by we, I mean me, because I'm the one who ended up doing it all. There was nobody around else on the server when I logged in to dig out the floors. As you can see here, I've collected all the mossy cobble off the floors of the dungeons, and I started working on the walls. You can see here that the 2 dungeons did share a common cobblestone wall, so they are definitely conjoined dungeons, double spawner, whatever you want to call it. So this is pretty rare. Here is where a creeper blew up. I missed recording it. I'd stopped recording for a second to since digging up cobblestone is pretty darn boring, and heard something behind me. Heard a footstep or something, and turned around, and there was a creeper heading my way at full speed. And I was afraid if he got too close, he would blow up the spawner, so I tried to kill him when he was still away, and he blew up right next to the chests. So I'm not sure exactly where he came from, but looking up there, I can see an arrow, which means that... now, what am I looking at here? Oh, yeah. Over there, I see an arrow, which means that one of the times that I thought I shot him, I hadn't. Which I guess explains why he blew up, even though I thought I'd shot him twice with a fully drawn bow. Yeah, that's definitely one of my arrows. I thought I'd shot him twice with fully drawn bow, and I was surprised when he still came up and exploded on me. He went all explodey. So, okay, I failed on that. But anyway, I don't think he managed to destroy anything in the chests. I think that's an urban legend that when a creeper goes up near your chest, it will destroy things in the chest. But I know if 2 or more creepers blow up, then the stuff that's just laying around can get blown up. Okay, back to work. I now think I have cleared back the walls on this side far enough that no matter which rule of spawning you're using, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4. There's an open area 4 wide on every side of this spawner. So, assuming the current wiki is correct, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough on this side. But assuming the current wiki is correct, then that spawner has plenty of room to spawn and will spawn at its maximum spawn rate. And now we'll do the same thing for this spawner over here. If the wiki is not correct, and I still need to do that 9 by 9 by 9 cube thing that I did in previous versions of Minecraft, then this will not give us optimal spawn rate. but I'm too lazy to do it one way, gather string for an hour to see how many I get, and then do it the other way and gather string for an hour and then crunch the numbers. It's much easier just to gripe about it on the YouTube channel and see what happens. The reason we have this jagged edge down here is that I was, come on, upsy daisy, there we go, is that I was thinking of some type of diagonal water stream to go down exactly between the middle of the two spawners, because the spawners are slightly offset. And as you can see, if you go from one corner of the spawner to the other, it's kind of a slightly diagonal line. But I think if we knock this one loose here, this one loose here, yeah, I think we've calculated the exact center of the two spawners, and right here. And I think when we're sitting right here, we're exactly equidistant from these two spawners, meaning the water stream needs to go right through here. Now I would like it to go diagonally, since the spawners are offset slightly, but unfortunately I think that is beyond my abilities to figure out the exact placement of the water and make it work properly. And I was correct. Getting a diagonal stream of water was going to be a major pain, so I decided it was better just to go with a single stream of water across the center here. I'm trying not to dig down too deep because I don't want... one thing I don't like about most mob traps I've seen is that they just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And, part of the reason I invented the Skella Spawner float trap, which was my first Minecraft video, was that I did not like how all the that's what I'm looking for. All the mob traps I'd seen before always seemed to, start pretty deep and then go deeper, and you had to take a ladder down to underneath it to whoops, there we go. You had to take a ladder down underneath it to get the drops, and that's why I created a drowning trap that actually took the mobs up vertically and drowned them, and then allowed the drops to fall down the bottom. And this is a trick I learned a long time ago about how to create several source blocks of water. You start at one end and stagger the placement of the water blocks, and that creates more source blocks. And you can just go back and forth, picking up more and more water, getting pushed aside, and eventually you end up with a full stream. So that's what the skeleton side of the trap will look like when it is finished. Of course, we still have to do the spider side, and I think I put the because I care less about spiders than I do about skeletons, I've put the collection tunnel there in the center a little toward their side. So I'm going to have to do some fancy water work on the spider side to get them to wash in properly. My diamond axe was not new when I started this project, but luckily I uncovered about 4 pieces of iron while I was working on it. So that let me create a new iron pick, which I will use to finish the project. And yes, I know I could use stone pick since I'm not mining anything, and stone is, limitless pretty much. But iron and diamond are much faster, and I'm not getting paid by the hour here. Okay, what I had to do was I had to dig out quite a bit of this wall over here. I could have ended it at the about 4 from the spawner there, but I decided instead I wanted it all the way over, because spiders have a tendency to climb up walls and kind of hang there. So I wanted to have the maximum amount of water pushing the spiders toward the center in case they zeroed in on me early. I guess is what I'm trying to say, and wanted to attempt to come straight at me. I also had to dig a little notch here in this wall because I wanted the water to go to the edge of the trench and not actually down into it. And thanks to Minecraft water physics, I can grab water over and over from a few places and just place some more as long as I'm careful and place a block about every second block. And there we go. And I think I need a little more light here, but as you can see, the water flows down toward the center here, and then into the center and on down here. So I guess my drowning, killing, whatever trap will have to be right down here. I like having glass in my mob traps, so I had to go out and find some sand. And on the way back, I saw this, which means an Enderman has been here. And I've not actually seen one in this multiplayer game, and I've not been able to fight against one, I guess. I've fought them in single player, but I understand they're much tougher in multiplayer. But I don't really care for the way that they just kind of leave blocks laying around. I think it's too much like griefing. I hope this shows up, by the way. The reason I'm way back here is I've noticed that if the spider spawner over there is a little bit further away than skeleton spawner, and if I stand way back here, if I back up a step or two, I'm out of range of the spider spawner. And so the spider spawner will not create any spiders when I'm standing all the way back here. And I hope that's visible. I hate to have to zoom in because it always messes up and everybody gets motion sickness. Okay, I get motion sickness when I zoom in and I'm all jittery around. But the plan is that if you sit right here, which I think will be about the collection area, it should be close enough that the spider spawner will produce spiders. Here you can see that I've gone just a little bit crazy with glass. And I'll put some signs up, which in theory will hold some water back. The plan is to create this so that the spiders drown, and the skeletons drown as well, I suppose. But I do not want to use lava for a couple of reasons. One, well, that's not going to work because we've got we've got water currents going the wrong way, so I'm going to have to add a couple more signs here. But I do not want to use lava because spiders tend to get pretty high into lava, and that burns the string. And if I'm going to all the trouble to make a trap that includes spiders, I want to make sure that I don't lose all the string that the spiders are going to be dropping. Okay, skeletons at least I know will drown in this because they will get their heads up in the water and then will swim upwards and drown. And I think there would be a good place for... Ow. What just happened? I was just shot by a skeleton. Dang it. Here I am talking about how easy it is to drown skeletons, and then I get bow shot. Then I get sniped by one, which really bothers me because I thought I had all this back here lit up. I'm going to have to go on a big lighting junket before I really... Do I see something else over there? I think I see something else over there. But I'm going to have to go on a big lighting junket before I can... Yep, I did see something. Dang it. Hold on. And... bow shot. Bow shot. Bow shot. Come on. Come on out where I can see you. I do not like the way that you just creep along when you're holding the bow back. Come on. And good. Alright, one more. One more. And... missed him. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, there's another one down there. That's why I kept having to hit him. Die, 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 die. Okay. I dislike how you can't just hold down the left mouse button and... okay. here's our problem, I think. I had not noticed this dark area before. This may have been where the creeper came from earlier. Yeah, this is all dark back in here. Alrighty, I'm definitely going to have to, as I was trying to say earlier, ow, there's a hole there. Come on, up through, there we go. I am definitely going to have to go on a big lighting junket and light up all these caves, else it will not be safe to sit here for any length of time collecting drops from the mobs, because they, you know, skeletons and spiders and whatnot will come behind you and kill you. Alrighty, I still like my mushroom stew, but oops, threw away my mushrooms there. But the fact that mushroom stew doesn't stack means that I'm having to build more all the time. Cook more mushrooms. Well, I guess it is build. You're using the crafting table. But having mushroom soup taking up, you know, if you want 3 bowls handy, it takes 3 slots and then a couple more slots for the mushrooms themselves, and then you have to carry around a workbench or have a workbench handy. So I'm starting to dislike mushroom soup as my primary means of sustenance. Plus, Notch has supposedly nerfed the spreading of mushrooms, so my old mushroom farm probably won't work very well anymore. On the other hand, I'm told that if you use, that's as high as we can go there, that if you use bone meal on mushrooms, they grow giant mushrooms, which then drop several mushrooms, so you can farm mushrooms quickly using bone meal. And once I get this trap finished and stop trying to drown myself here, I will have plenty of bone meal. Okay, apparently we're going to need more signs to keep the water from leaking out. And I think I've messed up the water flow up there at the top again. I'll be back. Alright, close your eyes and imagine it's been, say, a half hour since that last section of video. And I think it's been at least a half hour. But we've got, finally I think I've got this about figured out here. I brought, can you get a good look there? I've used signs to create an open network here, basically. Hopefully that's just cosmetic. So once you get up the first couple of meters, the water is too wide and too long and several deep, so that spiders will not get caught. And I'm putting the water source blocks on the outside here so that we'll push them toward the back of the trap. And I don't know if that'll work or not, because mobs have trouble swimming up water that has current in it. So I don't, oops. Eventually I'm going to have to fill that hole in, by the way. But I think it's more or less safe right now because the spiders is going to be on that side. Okay, and then finally up here, one there, and one there. And yeah, I think even if they do come forward and get pushed down, they'll still drown, I think. Let's see how this works. I'm glad I found this footage here. I thought I'd not recorded any of this. In order to test the trap, you have to get rid of all the lighting, and I didn't want to take the time to rig up something fancy. So I just run in and place torches when I want to turn off the mob spawners, and then run in and knock the torches down when I want to bring it back. And no matter how fast I am, I always think, well, this time I'll be fast enough to get these all taken down before the spiders start spawning and chase me. Or I can get in and get out before the skeleton. So just imagine me doing this pretty much every single time I have to test something that I change. Okay, let's see here. Mr. Skeleton goes up and gets stuck about there. And then, Okay, I put that door down there so that I wouldn't get caught inside and have to fight off the spiders and everything, get around where I could get out. But I keep forgetting if I leave the door open, spiders can get under there. Okay, it looks like the spiders and the skeletons are not fighting the water currents the way I'd like. So I'm gonna have to try a different design here. Ultimately, I went back and I made sure that I had solid water source blocks everywhere up there. I also added some glass to the top on the outside, which unfortunately didn't get any pictures of for you, so that the spiders can't accidentally back out of the water stream. And I think I brought her up one level higher. So spiders and skeletons both go up, they drown, they come down. If there's more than one up in there, they kind of glitch, but at least they do eventually drown and die. Hee hee hee. If a spider comes in all by his lonesome down here, he will sometimes jump around for a while until he gets up into the water stream. I could probably fix that, but it works good enough. Okay, this is the point of the video where I thank you for watching. I ask you to please rate, comment, and subscribe. And also check out, in addition to my multiplayer stuff here, I'm currently working on a single-player challenge. Excuse me, I always want to say it wrong. The Giant Ravine Challenge. So check that out, also on my channel. And in the meantime, this is Uncle Troy signing off, asking you to please have a good night.